Hey guys, curdhos here from Hostyle Conditioning. Just finished doing another one of my jogging and walk runs from couch to 5K. Week 3, workout 2, so it was a little more running, getting better at it. It's still tough to do. I mean, definitely outside my box. Today was 90 seconds of running, 90 seconds of walking, 3 minutes of running, 3 minutes of walking, and then repeated that again. 90-second run, 90-second walk, followed by a 3-minute run, and a 3-minute walk, and then a 5-minute cool down with a 5-minute warm up at the beginning. So all in all, 29 minutes of activity. You know, week 3 is almost done. Monday I finish that, and then week 4 I get into 3 and 5-minute jogs. So again, I always get to this point in the program where I'm like, you know, that's a lot longer running than I'm used to. I'm a little out of breath here. Like I said, I just finished, and you know, I'm always a little nervous. You know, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I know it's going to be tough, but at the same time, you know, faith in the program so far, whatever it's asked me to do, I've been able to do it. That was my finger, by the way, not a Sasquatch or anything. You know, so just push through it, and then once you're in the middle of it, like I always say in the workouts, mitigate through it, manage it. You know, a little trick I do when I start getting really gassed, as I count to 10 over and over again, 1, 2, all the way up to 10, and recount, and help myself break up that time, knowing that if I do that 3 or 4 times, you know, I'm going to be past 60 seconds and move from there. Again, on the iPod, that couch to 5K, it's got some nice cues, tells you when to jog, tells you when to run. Now that the runs are getting a little longer, it gives you a little midway point saying, hey, you know, keep it up, you can do it, you know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, not the most motivational things to be saying, but bottom line, it's a good cue to know that I'm halfway through that segment of running, and if I can get halfway in, I know I can get halfway out. So as you can see, I'm down by the Aviation Parkway in Ottawa. I'm in the shady area, cooling down, trying to get a little better filming so it's not in the sun and glaring. I think in one of my earliest videos, when I first started walking in the Aviation Parkway, I did a video out here, and the wind is blowing, and I got a jacket and a hood on and a toque, and probably weighed 70 pounds more. You know, so definitely a lot of progress in about a year or so. The other thing too is weekly weigh-in. Like I said, at the bench meet on Saturday, I weighed 317. You know, I was sitting there going, I know I put more muscle mass on, training heavier for the meet, but at the same time, I said, you know what? I don't want to get that to be an excuse where I keep adding more weight, letting weight come on because I'm training heavier again. That's one of the pathways I got in trouble and blew up to the 390. Sorry about the hands there, just readjusting. Hands are getting a little tired. Shoulders. You know, letting my weight get up, you know, always telling myself I'm getting stronger, I'm getting, you know, I got to get bigger. So this week went back to the diet again, and I've been on the diet, but decided to really dial it back in, be a little more focused, and just tighten things up a little bit, you know, make sure I'm measuring the grams, make sure the carbs are in the morning and the fats are in the afternoon. And coupled with more running, I hopped on the scale Thursday, and I was down to 312. So again, you know, leaner, losing weight, and, you know, that's from Saturday to Thursday, dropping 5 pounds. So I mean, definitely on my way. Every once in a while you got to give yourself a bit of a reality check and not let yourself come up with excuses. So always on the road to 275, like I said before, and in my last blog, you know, I want to bench 500 raw again, but I want to do it at, you know, 275. To me, that'll be a lot more impressive, you know, pound for pound, but also, you know, getting rid of that whole argument of, you know, to be strong you have to be big, and it's not true. You have to be fitter, you have to be tougher. And, you know, a pound of muscle is the size of your fist. A pound of fat's about 3 times that size. So there's lots of room to drop off that fat and jack more muscle on there. So again, just want to keep on touch with the weekly weigh-ins, keep myself more socially involved, and stay focused. And again, train outside the box, do something different. You know, we always do a lot of different things with our kettlebells and our conditioning and our strength. Conditioning and our strength powerlifting. For most people, that's outside the box. For me, getting into this running, getting ready for the Army run in September, our Run Like Health run that we're putting on, Dr. Natalie Beauchamp and Hostile Conditioning, in September 30th, with a 5 10K walk and a 1K walk for kids. And then Spartan 2013, where I want to go in there, being 275, and taking the shirt off and showing the big guys how it gets done, you know, owning it, not just getting it done, not just doing the race and surviving it, but walking out of there with a lot of people going, man, for a big dude, you crushed it. And that's my internal motivation. Always, you got to find what motivates you, and you got to work towards that and keep finding ways to get your workouts in. There's always 30, 40 minutes. Anyone who tells you any different, lying to you and lying to themselves. Does it mean you have to get up earlier? Yes. Does it mean you have to go to bed a little later? Yes. But you know what? 30 less minutes of TV, and there you go. You're going to be fitter and tougher. And then as the energy starts kicking in, you're going to want to do more, and you're going to be able to do more. So again, weekend's coming up. You know, looking forward to my Saturday night, obviously. Take it easy the rest of the week, behave, stay focused, reward myself with that one night cheat night. You know, have a good time with some good friends and enjoy a few wobbly pops. But at the same token, always with the eye on the ball. You know, doesn't matter how many beers you're drinking, you still got to take that shirt off by the pool, right? So be proud of that. Be proud of what's coming off and showing the change and stuff. And like I said, find something, train outside the box, find something that's not you, and challenge yourself. Find someone to train. You know, hey, Hostyle Conditioning, you know, I believe we're the best conditioning facility in the world. But I mean, you know, if you're watching this and you're 1,000 miles away, you know, find a place to train. Find someone to train with. You know, find someone to teach you, to coach you, to motivate you, and you'll be amazed what you can do. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. What you can do physically is what happens mentally when you achieve those goals and set other goals. Anyway, got to get back. I got a client coming over to Hostile in about 20 minutes. I got to get ready for them. So this is Curdhos from Hostile Conditioning saying, crush it.